From debuting in 2021 to graduating with the intent of improving her content, Nina Kosaka was once the fox mom of Nijisanji, but over time she faced larger amounts of pressure from both Nijisanji management, aunties from TikTok, and even from herself. Nina's story begins on October 9th, 2021. She debuted as the first member of Nijisanji's third wave, Etheria. During her debut, Nina marked herself as unique among Nijisanji members with both an extremely extroverted personality as well as her constant use of the word honey. In fact, Nina called everyone honey, so often that some viewers began to get a bit annoyed by it. She quickly positioned herself as the wine mom of Nijisanji, trying to take care of everyone as she could, whether that was her chat or the other members of Nijisanji. This form of motherhood was an actual attempt at playing the role of a mom rather than acting out a sexual fetish. Since she was a bit older than the rest, she marketed herself as the boomer of the group, not having a full understanding of different memes and not having the best understanding of technology. Nina's extroversion turned out to be one of her greatest assets in a company where most of the other members are heavily introverted. Her extroversion led her to be able to set up collabs, both online and offline, with several of the other members and led her to reach out to new waves of Nijisanji, helping them with their problems and generally getting them set up within Nijisanji. Nina's most popular stream types were Zatsudan chatting streams and collabs, with her most popular ones being Zatsudans. These are streams where the streamer just talks about random things with chat, and these Zatsudans are quite popular with streamers in general. Nina's list of most popular live streams has a high quantity of collabs. A lot of the clips that I found were taken from these collabs. However, Nina's extroversion quickly led to some problems when talking about some of her earliest problems as a Nijisanji member. Nina mentioned that she had initially felt left out by the three other members of Etheria, especially in the pre-debut and just after debut phases.
I think I can talk about it now that it's like almost a year. I tried to get Etheria into a group call twice a week. I would be like, hey, we should maybe talk. We should like get to know each other before, like we don't really know each other, blah, blah, blah. They kept telling me that they were busy and they couldn't make the call. And then months down the line, I found out that like the three of them would like voice call each other. And when I found that out, like, I'll be honest, I got a little like, I don't know, I just felt like, man, I'm just trying to be like a cool coworker. And I kind of took it personally and I was like, and then I just started doing my own thing.
A few aunties opposed Nina for stating that she felt this way, claiming that she was trying to throw the other three members of Etheria under the bus. However, it's likely that there was a simple disconnect between Nina and the other three members of Etheria. Unlike Nina, most of Nijisanji is rather introverted. Additionally, Enna and Millie were friends before joining. Add all of these factors together, and it makes sense that Nina probably made her wave members a bit anxious, and the four of them probably needed time to adjust and become more comfortable with each other, which is eventually what happened, as a year later, the four of them had become much more friendly. In 2022, a document began to circulate detailing several complaints against Nina. For example, one complaint is that Nina said Pomu's channel was dead in a Minecraft livestream.
Comes in. Honestly, Pomu.
Thanks, Luca. Thank you.
You
What?
really crossed me
What do you mean what?
when you
Cross. Whoa.
advertised
Family war.
your
Uh-oh.
dying,
Family war.
dead
Oh my god.
channel
Why do you have so many torches?
in mine.
Thanks, Luca.
This incident was quickly followed up with another disclaimer only a couple of minutes later.
Nah, baby. I don't think Pomu took it seriously. Again, okay, I want everybody to kind of understand, for real, if Pomu was upset, she definitely wouldn't turn on Minecraft to then like hang out with us and troll
For
us.
sure.
Just in case, sometimes like I do worry that like people take some stuff a little bit more seriously than it is. Yeah. So please.
Yeah, it's
It's like love.
it's not serious.
Right,
It's
we got
Minecraft.
this.
Yeah,
make
it's
love, not
just Minecraft, baby.
We gotta.
This incident was the first of a list of complaints that happened to paint Nina as a bully, and because of this list, a lot of people came to dislike Nina greatly. Out of context, these complaints sound serious, but in context it's clear that Nina was attempting to be silly and make her friends laugh, even if some of her jokes failed. A lot of the complaints against Nina were focused around her banter. Banter between friends often crosses lines and boundaries that are normally set between strangers, and outsiders to the relationship aren't the best judges when it comes to mediating close relationships. Eventually, Nina found that there wasn't any point in trying to mediate with the haters and developed her own ideas and identity.
People will try to put a story on you. Good for you if the story that they assign to you is a positive one. but bad for you if people decide that you're horrible and awful, and anytime you breathe, it's to be mean or be rude or be this. And I hope that you have enough self-awareness in your character, enough kind of understanding of who you are as a person to be like, well, wait a second. Am I those things?
Eventually, Nina managed to hit some major milestones. She released 2 songs in November 2022, one being a remix of Etherea's God Sees All, and the second being You May Know Dead End. For sub counts, she managed to hit 100,000 just a month after her initial debut in 2021, and up 500,000 a year later in September 2022. However, Nina faced other problems with her time streaming, specifically with imposter syndrome and burnout. In October, when Etheria did their first year anniversary, Nina mentioned that she burned herself out by streaming for far too much. She also mentioned that she felt like she had taken a spot that someone else deserved.
I'm scared. Goodness, somebody else could have gotten this opportunity, but I got it instead of them. So I want to make sure that I am doing my best.
What is that called? Imposter syndrome?
Imposter syndrome, yeah.
Imposter syndrome is a hard mental state to break. Someone with imposter syndrome feels as though they haven't earned their success, and it can be related to a fear of failure, self-doubt, and any other number of negative feelings towards the self. Having imposter syndrome isn't entirely rational, as often the person involved is actually very successful, but is unable to internalize that success for whatever reason. On June 26, 2023, Nijisanji announced that Nina was planning to graduate from Nijisanji on July 8th. Nina also released her own letter on her personal Twitter account stating that she wished to graduate from Nijisanji to grow in her own way without the pressure of streaming every day in a way that she felt did not match her own dreams and aspirations. In the wake of Nina's graduation announcement, many of the other Nijisanji members spoke on what kinds of things Nina did behind the scenes.
Prior to Luxium, Nijisanji EN was nothing but girls, so it's a little bit intimidating, like when a bunch of boys just show up at your door and you don't really know like what kind of people we are. But Nina Senpai was just so accommodating. She was very quick to like greet us, to talk to us, to hype us up, to like show us the ropes. And the few times where I've been blessed to meet her in person, she's always been so much fun to hang around. She's so bubbly, a ray of sunshine, full of energy, and just wants everybody to have a good time, and will go out of her way to make sure that nobody feels like left behind if somebody feels uncomfortable, or she'll just check in with everybody.
Of course, I'm not going to touch much on Nina apart from that. A very amazing person, very amazing friend, very amazing person to everyone in EN. Helped out a lot with a lot of people behind the scenes. More than most people realize, because the thing is with Nina, she doesn't really like taking any credit for stuff. So,
yeah. I'm sorry for interrupting you. I love it's just the hilarity of it all. You know, it's absurd.
It's okay. I was gonna say, like, you know, how do I put this? You were like maybe the only person that's like been so inclusive, and like you always find the time to like talk to, well, anybody for that matter. Yeah, I really appreciate that, and it sucks to see that go.
From what they say, Nina was the one who prioritized welcoming new members into Nijisanji. She was the one who reached out for collabs and tried to make sure that everyone in Nijisanji was taken care of. She didn't just play the role of a mom, she was the Nijisanji mom. On July 8th, Nina's final stream went live. It was the ultimate Nijisanji chatting stream, where each member joined Nina one by one for a final talk with Nina as a member of Nijisanji. By the time that she was done, she had streamed for 18 hours. A perfect stream for Niji EN's greatest extrovert. So Nina felt as though she was taking a spot from someone who deserved it more, but is that truly the case? On June 25th, the day before Nina's graduation announcement, Nina had a solid 564,000 subscribers, which made her the second most subbed member in Etheria and 12th overall in Nijisanji EN. As for view counts, Nina earned around 600,000 views throughout the month of May, which put her in third place in Etheria. When the question comes to whether or not Nina earned her spot in Nijisanji, the answer is absolutely. Her metrics place her quite squarely in the top 50% of Nijisanji EN. Although perhaps objectively Nina was doing quite well in Nijisanji, she didn't feel as though she was living up to her own expectations, and so she chose to leave Nijisanji for that reason, so that she could go ahead and grow in her own way and at her own pace. It was for this reason that it is believed that perhaps Nina might return under a new name and new identity.